Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Golden Hour podcast. I'm here with Ellen. So you were just named the new president of Robotics. How do you feel?
I feel really happy about it. I have been with Red Raider since freshman year, and I have been a part of the manufacturing sub-team until this year when I was just named president. I was the manufacturing lead for last year, and they were really proud of the way that I built up the sub-team, so they gave me the president position.
So what do you do now as president?
So as president, I'm in charge of team-wide culture decisions. So who we are, just general information about our team, and how do we want to move forward with our team culture? How do we want our team to look to other teams? I'm also in charge of a lot of more authority. I am basically seen as the same level as both of our coaches, but it's just a student version of one of our coaches. So I am in charge of making final decisions when needed. I make the final decision on our future leadership, stuff like that.
Okay, tell me a little bit about how Red Raider Robotics works.
So Red Raider Robotics is run through a company called First, and the First comes out with a game every single January for robotics. So there are different levels. Red Raider Robotics is the high school level of this program. So we find out what a game is, what the game is in January. This year is going to be January 9th, but last year was January 10th. So depends on the year and how late they're putting out the game. And then we build and design a robot based off of what the game is. And when we go to competitions, we compete with other teams. The matches play out, and usually whoever gets the most points in the matches win. And then you get ranked based off of that.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit how those competitions went this season?
So this season we played in 3 competitions. So we recently switched to districts from regionals for Wisconsin. So we went to a week 1 and a week 4 event. Our week 1 was Lakeland, which was hosted at Lakeland University.
By us. We
hosted it.
We hosted that event.
And then we were ranked around 4th, I think. And we were picked for Alliance 3, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember either.
And then we went to playoffs. We got to compete at that level, and then we actually won the First Impact Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards in First, which made us automatically qualify for state championship. So during our week 4 event, we did the same thing. We were ranked 14th, I believe, and we were able to be Alliance captain, and that played out. And then we eventually won one of our members, Charlie Ham, won the First Leadership Award, and that was really big for our team. So he got to move on to the state level with that. And then we qualified for state this year. We were actually the first team to qualify for state.
First people to sign up. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. First team registered. So we were able to compete at the state level. We did not qualify for Worlds through state, which is very sad, but we had a really good season this year, and a lot of the ways that we changed the team compared to the year prior definitely help us improve robot-wise, impact-wise, just overall team.
Can you tell me a little about that new team structure, how that works, and how that new board works?
Mm-hmm. So the way the board works is that we still have sub-team leads, but we just kind of structured what captains basically used to be. We just structured it differently to give them specific tasks. So the director of operations and director of engineering are the same captain authority, but they have specific roles to fill.
Mm-hmm.
So director of operations has everything robot related, so they communicate with our design lead, manufacturing lead, programming lead, and they set deadlines for when that robot should be done, and what process, what stance of the process we should be at certain times. So they set a lot of the deadlines for that. And then our director of operations runs a lot of our outreach and business things. So they work with everything outside of the robot. So like that's finances.
Yeah, finances, budget, award submissions. Yeah.
And then
sorry.
And then above the director of operations is the president. So the president is at the same level as basically our mentors and our coaches.
Okay. And then last thing I want to ask you is how do the divisions work? Because you say that you have the sub-team leads, but because it's split into two, kind of how does that work?
So they're split into two divisions. Engineering division, again, that's design, manufacturing, and programming. So the way that the divisions work is that everyone will still be like on a main sub-team, but with the engineering divisions, if one sub-team is behind or they just don't have enough work to do, they can cross-train and, like, say someone on design, they can be on manufacturing. Someone on manufacturing can be on programming and vice versa, whatever, like, way that they want to learn. So it's going to be really helpful, like, at the beginning of our season when design is doing the majority of the work and like they have to design the robot before manufacturing will be able to make it. So then that's where it really comes in like to play, where kids from manufacturing can go over to design and help design the robot in order for us to be able to actually make it. And then with the operations division, which is more of like what you know, they're able to like share their members so they can work on award submissions and stuff like that, so they can focus on getting what's important done, and then also focusing on like just other business related things, because like outreach is more focused on our community and talking to like doing school presentations, stuff like that, while business focuses on like social media, event planning, stuff like that. So whoever is needed like with what is coming first can always help with that, and then they can worry about other stuff like later. That's going to be later in the year or just lower priority.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.